If you have played WoW with me at all in voice chat, you might have heard that I use a foot pedal as a push-to-talk. I came up with this idea around the time that I started to use modifier keys in-game, and I had always used shift as my push-to-talk, and since I was using modifier keys, I couldn't just keep using shift, so I had to find a new push-to-talk key. So the idea I came up with was to actually use a foot pedal instead of a different push to talk, since I'm not using my feet for anything, and it frees up my hands to do other things that are more important. So anyway, I bought this foot pedal right here. I've had it for at least 2 years now, and it's worked perfectly fine. But recently what's happened is my push to talk was like get stuck down. The foot pedal itself didn't get stuck down, but like I would push it down and my push to talk on mumble would be active despite the fact that it came back up. And I always thought this was just some kind of software error, but recently it's been getting way worse. So I actually looked at it and I shined a light in it, and I figured out that it was actually a hardware issue because the light would make it get unstuck. So anyway, I took it apart, and this is basically what it looks like on the inside. This is like the exact, well, this isn't mine, but it's the same model foot pedal. This right here is the sensor, and this is what's on top. This is what you push down, and when you push it down, this black piece of plastic goes between the sensor right here. This is actually, this right here is an infrared diode. It gives off infrared light. You can't really see it with your eyes, but like you can actually use a phone camera to see the light. It's pretty cool. It's a interesting thing that, like a cool trick you can do. Like you can test it out. You can, like, for example, turn your phone camera on and look at television remote and see the infrared light in the LED at the end of the remote when you push on the button. So it's pretty cool if you want to try that out. But yeah, this is infrared, and this is the sensor that detects it. So basically, when the switch is up, there's a connection, and when the switch is down, there's not a connection, and that's how it registers that you're pushing down the switch. So the problem was that this diode, or this sensor right here, was actually not sensitive enough to detect the light from the diode right here. And so the way I actually fixed it was I actually just bent these two things closer together, and it actually works perfectly fine now. So I thought that was really cool how it worked. I thought I would have to like just buy something new. I mean, this thing cost me like $5 anyway. I wouldn't really recommend it because it actually like broke on the first day. This thing right here. I think this is a better model. Yeah, mine's different. Like mine, this is like the hinge point. It broke like basically instantly. Like the moment I started using it, it was designed so that it could like sustain the upward reaction force when you push it down, but it wasn't designed to survive basically under a shear force, which is basically what you're gonna do whenever you push down. It's not just gonna be an up and down push. Like you gotta push it at an angle, and so I basically use some metal ties to get this hinge back in place, and it actually works perfectly fine for me now. So anyway, I strongly recommend a foot pedal for push to talk. It's like super helpful, but I would not recommend this one unless you want to make a Frankenstein foot pedal like mine is, with a bunch of metal ties and shit holding it together. Anyway, that's it.